gonna make a zucchini appetizer recipe. It's a recipe that I've been making for about 30 years. I got it from a good friend of mine, from her mom, Sharon, who is no longer with us, but I'm so thankful to have some of her delicious recipes. She was an amazing cook. She loved to feed people, and I may have begged for her recipes because they were so good. But anyway, I'd like to share this one with you. I have made a few changes to it from the original, one being the original recipe used Bisquick, and we're going to use sourdough discard instead to make it a little healthier for us. And so I hope you enjoy it. First, I grated 3 cups of zucchini. It takes about 1 medium-sized zucchini to get 3 cups. And I used the large holes on the box grater. You could definitely use a food processor or just chop it really fine, however you like. I find that the box grater works best for me. Put this into a bowl. I also have a half of a cup of a finely chopped onion. This recipe is a great way to use some of your discard if you're looking to do that. You can also, if you choose not to use the sourdough discard, you can add a half of a cup more flour. I'm sorry, you can add a quarter of a cup more flour and a quarter of a cup more water, and just eliminate the half a cup of discard. I have about 2 tablespoons of fresh parsley from the garden that I'm going to chop. I love having fresh herbs from the garden. Makes everything taste so much better. That into the bowl. And set that aside for a minute. Now I'm going to crack 4 eggs. And I'm just going to pour that over the zucchini and onion and parsley. So this recipe is kind of like a quiche, like a crustless quiche. So you could have it for breakfast, you could have it for lunch. We always called it zucchini squares. So we served it more like an appetizer, but really you can do so many different things with this. You can use it as a side with something off the grill, a meat. Many times in the summer we just have it as a light lunch with a little salad. Now I'm using 1 cup of all-purpose einkorn flour. If you don't have einkorn flour, I mean, you can definitely use any all-purpose flour. You could also use a whole grain flour or whole grain freshly ground einkorn. I like this best with just an all-purpose flour. And I have a half of a cup of freshly grated Parmesan cheese, which I also grated on the box grater. And I'm mixing in a half a teaspoon of salt. And a good pinch of cracked pepper. You can put however much you want. Okay, I have 1 clove of garlic. I'll peel it and mince it. Mix that right into the zucchini mixture. And I have a teaspoon of baking powder, which I'm going to put in with my flour and Parmesan. I like using my hands to mix things. I find I get it incorporated a little bit better. And I previously melted a half a cup of butter. You want to make sure the butter is cooled before you add it to the eggs. You don't want to cook your eggs. I believe that's one thing that I also changed from the original recipe, which was a half a cup of oil. I used to use olive oil. I like the taste of the butter better. But it really was delicious with the olive oil. Okay, and the last thing we need to do is add 1/2 of a cup of sourdough discard. Okay, once that's incorporated, just add your dry ingredients. It really is a simple recipe and it's pretty quick. So if you wanted to make it in the morning and have it alongside of breakfast, it's easy enough to do that. So you want to have an oven preheated to 350 degrees. And I use a 9x13, which I grease well with butter. The sourdough discard has so many health benefits. It's still, even though it's not, the whole dish is not fermented for a long time in the fridge before cooking it, there's still so many benefits to using the discard. You're still getting a lot of vitamins and minerals and probiotics. It's just not breaking down the flour as much as it would if you fermented it like overnight or for a few hours in the fridge or on the counter. Okay, there we have it. We'll throw it in a 350 degree oven for about 25 minutes. So it's baked for about 25 minutes and I let it cool for about 10 to 15 minutes before cutting into it, if you can wait that long. The house smells great. Can't wait to try a piece. So depending on how hungry you are is gonna depend on how many servings this is gonna make, because it really is light and easy to eat. I would say 8 to 12 servings. Here we go. I hope you enjoy this recipe as much as we have over the years. Have a great day.